That's what I forgot. Can you hear me? Oh, that's just off. I'll have to deal. Hello. We're talking from what is called the princess bedroom. I don't know where the hell I'm looking either, because my leg hurts way too much. 2 more days and then I'll be done. That's horrible, but better. Yes. We be in the master bedroom, or as my friends call it, the princess bedroom. Hello, fairy. And there's a reason we're doing it from here. And the princess bedroom is because that's a painting with the princess in it. My leg hurts. I had a major anxiety attack to where I almost thought I was having a seizure, but I figure, and I'm not, I wasn't. It was just, it's calmed down now that I've taken the Xanax. But I figure now's the time to stop trying to slug through something. The world is very weird right now. You know, when you find out through your DNA that you've had a sister for 53 years and you didn't know about it, and then you become friends, and you start becoming good friends, and then you have to call her one day because she told you to, and you find out she's sick. Very sick. That's why I'll be going down to LA a lot. But we were texting earlier and my body wasn't amused. So I was working on the kitchen because I'm trying not to let the leg get to me. And then I almost started hallucinating. Came upstairs, took a quarter of a Xanax, and was going to just pass today, but I figure I shouldn't. I'm always the one who has been the one that stands up in the family and does things, piss everybody off, you know, the usual. Whoops, nope. That way. I'm watching it on my surface here. And I'm totally crooked and I know, and I don't know how to fix that. So I figured if I just kept like not doing this because I'm having an anxiety attack, I'm probably going to not do it a lot. So I figured I just put myself in bed, well, on top of bed, relax, and do it from here. So that'll be when we know I'm not having a great day, is that we'll be doing it from the bedroom, the princess bedroom. So I just wanted to let you guys know, because I still want to come on, and people do know about this, and I don't, my anxiety will use it as an excuse not to do it. So, bull. I've never been like that. I can just come on and go, look guys, I'm having one of these days. Because I like what I'm doing, and I like what I'm contributing to, and I like the people. And with the interview yesterday, I got excited, and you know how it goes. I'll be fine. I'm always the fine one in the family. I'm always the one who gets everything taken care of. When I found out, I let some people know by saying I'm leaking. I usually am not very emotional, and I was sort of, that's what I call it. You know, when you just sort of tear up, but nothing really happens, and you know. So it was like, I'm leaking. Well, I told a friend of mine today And then I got a hold of her and text her with goofy things like, where the hell do you live? I keep thinking you're a hippie. Stuff like that. So, and she said she starts chemo tomorrow. Not that it might not help, most likely. So I'm not going to be able to stand up and say I'm okay for once. I don't like that. But like I said, I wanted to explain why I'm not full of energy or something. And this is when the Pinata Playhouse comes in very handy, because it is very much like I am when I'm trying to keep going, is full of snark and making myself laugh. Also to explain that, I may say or act or do things that don't necessarily fit with the pre-super stress version of me, but it's a place to hide. It's the easiest way to say it. I studied psychology forever, so it's like I know what I'm doing, but it's really hard to have a camera on your face or a camera in front of you and try not to be angry and grieving. And yeah, it'll probably be not fixable. So that's the thing. It's like I just sort of want to be able to still do this and maybe have excuses for why I'm not necessarily normal for me today. Just an explanation, just so people know what's going on. So, yeah, there's that. I'm gonna go read the comments now and catch up. And this is the way I am and always have been. Yes, I live in Egypt. And don't you love my bedding? Diane von Furstenberg for Target. I love that woman. Can you guys hear me well? Because I'm not really projecting. I forgot the mic. So that might be another good reason to get the handheld mic. Everybody's saying hi, hi, hi. Oh my God. Yes, you're right. Live chat. Okay, now I'm live chat. And like I said, you guys are therapy. Let's see. Okay, now there. Scooter's here? I thought Scooter wasn't coming here today. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Scooter. Yes, hugs. See, you guys are going to make me leak. I'm not the crier. That's why I think it's very weird that she's actually gotten to my emotions. You love the new studio? You're not getting a bagel dog tonight. They were actually out of bagels and closed. How's that? Yeah, a friend of mine, the DJ, called it she walked in here because we were doing the clothes thing last week, and she goes, the princess bedroom, and I'm like, perfect, that perfectly fits us. Not great taste. Studio. Got it. Yes. Your Pacific Princess bedroom is exciting and new. Now it went to Love Boat. In my head, the song went to the Love Boat because I was watching, got Netflix back on, watched the second episode yesterday. Poor Papa Cat. He's just like, but after that I was watching something called Trainwreck. I think it's, how they just repurpose documentaries to be short, because I've seen 2 of these, and one of them was the poop cruise. It's like, ooh, never going on another cruise again, ever, ever, ever. Been to one, did it, got it done with. Thank you, Fairy. Yeah, I know. I've never been the one to not be okay. I'm the one who tells everybody, you know, that's what the Mama Katoni's about, is that it's Mama Cat 1. And the friend who's the chiropractor, she's a Mama Cat too. So we're going to have Mama Cat evenings. So because I even waited till like halfway through my appointment to tell her. He's like, why didn't you tell me? I said, because everybody cries on your shoulder. I wanted to wait till I saw you and then just heard what was going on in your life. And she just started shaking her head. And we're both like, yes, I know. What? I expected you to be bubbly all the time. I wouldn't have subbed after you yelled at the... Oh, shit stayed on the family. Yes, I had to go get my labs done today because I go see Kitty on Wednesday, at Dr. Kitty, and was listening to the end of it because Papa Cat came in here, turned on the television, and was like, went to YouTube, and I went, did he die? Which is Orange Balloon. And he's like, no, but this is interesting. And so I started watching it, and it also made me behind for the rest of the day because that means I had to take a quick shower because I had to be at the Cairo at 12. So I had to go to Berkeley and get back before 12. But then also didn't have the appointment till 1. So I got to see the boys, which I sent to the bouncers. It's like, look, one of the boys. But yeah, it's been bizarre. But I did do something slightly snarky today. You walk into the lab and then you're supposed to go over to a kiosk and check in. Well, they weren't working. So I saw two people, there were two people in a line, saw two people go over there and walked into the line. Someone comes back and she goes, can I get back in line? I was right here. And I was like, you can get in behind me. There's nobody there. Got called right after that. Felt bad not. Because it's like, you walked away. You gave up your place in the line, Missy. It was slightly, you know, excuse me while I lick myself sort of thing. Good audio. Thank you. We can hear you just fine. Thank you. Let's see. It keeps going forward. Now I'm just like, lost again. Okay, there I am. Okay, Fairy, you have housework. Yeah, I know, Scooter, you're supposed to be asleep. Were you up for the great talk last night or something? That's why I'm like, woman, everybody's tired. Go to sleep. You've put your 38 seconds in because I think it's how long it takes to like register a view. There is an algorithm to it. For millennia, men have looked to the stars, not just with curiosity, but with awe, fear, and longing. From the shepherds of Sumer to the astronomers of Alexandria, from Mayan priests to ... Carrie Ann, I feel for you. As soon as I tried to go back to sleep, my restless leg went to a dance competition. Ooh, I hate that. So, hello from a poet. Oh yeah, hi Adam. So bad. Hello Clark. Let's see. I'm also that way, but after I lost my mom 6 months ago, I had to learn that there will be days that it's okay to cry. Weirdly enough, I had to cry for my mom before she passed away, because I had to hold her down for them to put an oxygen mask on her. Was not fun. But afterwards, didn't cry, took care of business. Always do. Let's see. Two Renaissance dreamers stared upward and asked, "What is behind those strange celestial lamps? In my journey to understand their mystery, I learned enough to understand and use them." I like stars. How about that? Mama Catone and Mama Cat 2, an Italian and a Romanian. Oh my God. Oh, this helps. See, I knew I should. Even to the minute that I was putting this on the desk to figure out and taking it off and trying to reset it, I'm like, I can just stop. And the other half of my brain goes, no, do it. I dare you. Oh, everybody's saying hi again. Let's see. Ribguy, Becky, Tanya, good evening. It's in the title. Scientology, oh yeah, Tanya, Ribguy, and Becky. Oh, you like the picture, Scooter Mom? Thank you. Yeah, the boys. That was Dumbo and Clinton. Imhoff was sleeping with Gargoyle on the cat tree because I got set inside the house because my appointment wasn't until 1. So it was like, go inside, play with your cats. She can thank you, Fuzz, for avoiding an early wake-up call. Yes, I actually had gotten to that point in listening to it. Was Papa Cat said, should I wake up CBF? Yes. I'm so glad he didn't, because the only reason I expect to get woken up is if the orange balloon is gone. So that is the if he's gone, please wake me up and tell me. So I'm sure you can get in the line behind me. No, I missed it last night. I just am fighting with my body right now, and now it's too late to nap, or I won't sleep tonight. Yeah, I almost took a nap. I do not take naps, but I knew me. If I took a nap, I wouldn't wake up. I'd sleep till 5. I'd be mad, the usual. So now I'm fine, but I hate sitting there. I was watching uncluttering videos. I think I just like to just keep going bam, bam, bam to myself, because that's why we're cleaning out the au pair unit on the bottom floor, the guest room, in case she has to come up here, because UCSF all the way top with cancer. So it's like, I told her that on Sunday, and of course I got the I love yous, and I'm like, so I was also thinking maybe I can teach the boys how to travel and take them with me to LA and back. Gotta have something to do. Yes, that is the worst. I get like that and then go to bed at 8 p.m. and then lay awake for a couple of hours. That's why I'm on sleeping pills. It is, Carrie Ann. It's been going on for 30 years. I'm taking the muscle relaxant though. Yes, good. Oh, did I hit the end of it already? No, wait. Okay, here we go. Hi, Cricket. Well, you were there earlier, weren't you? Why do I always expect everybody to be like there? And when you guys show up late, I'm like, whatever. So yeah, Cricket, I coughed it up because I couldn't take it today. It's the easiest way to put it. To stay on top of decluttering, I bought a condo. Do you know I actually do use her folding thing for shirts? So the thirds and then the thirds with the collar sticking up so it has room. It works, and I've used it for 4 or 5 years. The minute I found it, I tried it, and it works. You guys do not want to see the drawers of my clothes. It will make all of you puke. So I was actually thinking about that today, putting away undies, going, maybe I should show people how I do this. because I'm one who even does it like this. So they'll stand flat, rolled up and stand flat. I'm like, I think if I did that, if I was a normal person, I would just go, ooh, you need a clue. So my organization is still my business. See, Fuzz called you out. She said she saw you do that. Oh, I think Big Giant Head of You have comment of the internet today, because everybody loves that. That joke brought me joy. What happened to her? She like disappeared. All of these people like show up for 15 seconds and disappear. I don't understand. So you kept having trouble with the condo board. And on that note, if I'm not crazy enough, I actually bought a folding board. Of course, I think we were moving at the same time, so I never got to use it. Just think if I did, I'd be history. It's bad enough I decat and fold all my clothes from the white hamper, because that's where all my dry clothes goes. And this time last time it took 3 weeks to put everything away. This time, because I said I couldn't do another load until I folded the last one. So, because the boys are going to be here and I want to make sure that all the clothes are okay, and if I'm not here, everything is fine. And, you know, Clinton is 3/4 white fur. He's got 3 spots on him, and he's got a little like gray dusty thing on one of his toes, and he's got black pop pads. It's very weird. But the joke was one of the feral cats that my friend has, because you know they help. They're the ones with the cattery. They had to bring them in because of the avian flu. They got nervous, so they brought all the 3 ferals they had at the time, which were kittens, in. And now that they're maybe a year, one of the cats, I swear to God, the joke is that what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he looks like he's been dipped in cat paint. He's got tabby legs. He's got Siamese coloring, and in the Siamese coloring there's tabby. He's got hazel eyes. His tail is striped tabby partway, and then it's the Siamese color, and it just looks like someone sneezed on a cat, or as I said, was it Andy Warhol has made you a cat? What's the name of that cat, Papa Guy? You should know. They were following us around. And yes, we very much believe that there can be, and it's not a joke, transgender animals. They had a beautiful Persian. You would swear to God, girl, 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 boy, boy, boy. So Priscilla was just called transgender because she acted like a girl. So Marionette, that's what it is. Marionette is also one of those, well, considering they got fixed, they would be a they. So Marionette, no, it's not Marionette. What is it? But yeah, they were the most standoffish cat on the planet, and now they're following me around while I was there because I had time to kill, because I showed up only like 5 minutes late. So went inside the house and started finding cats, and Clinton was out, and I thought I was messed up because Clinton just so didn't like me for a hot second, and I'm like, excuse me, you're coming home with me in a month. So it didn't work for me. Okay, you bored? Excuse me while I lurk. Midnight has a lot to tell me, apparently. I know, I'm surprised Birdie's not in here going, what are you doing in here? You're supposed to be, like, doing that live thing next to me, because she's in the box. She's in the box upstairs. Abby's in the box downstairs. Which, weirdly enough, I have a gimbal on me. I can walk downstairs if I want to. And it wouldn't be outing myself because I live in one of those cookie cutter condos that they built like 10, 5, got 3 years ago. So nobody would know where the hell I am anyway. Ah. So let's see. Shirley Booth had hazel eyes. Really? It starts with an M. It's not Marnique. It's not Marionette. Not Mystique. I can't remember the name. Yes, Bertie and Abby. Abby's asleep downstairs in front of the window that is across from the other window that they occasionally open, and they have a cat that sits in that window named Cat. Tech guy, what do you expect? I have a fancy dress party to go to this weekend. I'm trying to decide what to wear. Fancy dress as in costume or fancy dress as in ball gown? That's the big question. Been watching well, I had an aunt who was English too, so. No, not Marquis either. What the hell is it? I can't remember. And it's because I never see this cat. Just started, I think it was the kittens that, they used to go inside the cattery too, because the kittens are free roaming now. There's a community in Vermont I saw where all the houses look exactly the same, including color. You couldn't get zoned for that these days. Nope. And I sort of live in one of those. I live in the pre-version of it. So the inside is your classic white. Everything is white. And the wood floors are the gray wood floors. So, the only weird thing is the tile in the kitchen. I mean, I understand tile, but it's that, I think, Italian goofiness. So everything we drop on it shatters. I think the only thing that hasn't shattered on there is a Corelle plate. But, you know, Corelle's not supposed to shatter. So, but it's also in the bathrooms. Luckily enough, they still put, like, creams and stuff mostly in plastic still. I'm trying to get a rug for my bathroom. So, because I've already broken one blaster. It's one of the weird things I use on my face. So, it's just like... What's the question? I wasn't paying attention. The cat. The Siamese dip tabby cat at the chiropractor's house. What's its name? Fancy dress as fancy as we want. Ah, you don't fit anything anymore either, do you? Jesus. Find something on Amazon. Get it sent real fast. You've got jewelry. And put your hair in a little puff. You know, sort of like a ponytail sort of thing. Sort of like right here, and then just wrap some hair around it, and then just sort of curl the rest of it. There you go. Nice shoes. People don't pay attention. They're more paying attention to themselves while people are looking at them than we looking at you know, than what we expect. I've learned that from being in the goth world. When I thought I was like totally looking like I came from an RV, nobody noticed. When I totally thought I was dressed up, nobody noticed. And so I do sort of like this middle thing now. It's like, I'm going to be wearing a coat. So it's just like, do what you want. Just no blue eyeshadow. That's so Oregon. Betty Davis had Joan Crawford stink eye. So does Scooter Mom? So what does so does Scooter? Well, Midnight, okay. Midnight is probably left to me. Probably to go sing in the hallway. Probably. Yeah, it's bizarre, like 1985 in a hall of mirrors. Scooter Mom be like wire hangers. I teased my mom with that forever because wasn't the plastic hangers. There was a hanger that was like fancier than a wire hanger. Not the bolts with the fluff on them. Those were for fancy dresses. I can't, maybe it was coated or something. And I used to tease my mom going, so are you gonna Joan Crawford me? Oh, my mother hated puberty. Handcuffs, no more wire headphones. Ever! What is the painting behind you? I'm a sucker for a landscape. The story. Okay, let's see. That was in my mother-in-law's living room. It was a whole sort of, I don't know, a designer did this sort of thing. And she had this up here because his mom's from Scotland. And if you look, where is it? If you look, I can't see it now. Wait, there. Ah, between the two rocks up here, see that? That is a princess. And I went, ooh, you have a princess in your painting. She had the room remodeled within a month because she was a lawyer and Scottish. No formality there. His dad sent this to us. His dad loved that I said that. So his dad had it packaged and sent to us. This is like painting stuff. So this thing was not easy. And that's also why I loved his dad. His dad was the best. So I hung it up above bed and it's been there for 15 years, I think. 15, 17, oh God, 20. But yeah, I immediately put it up above me because it's like, it belongs in the bedroom. And if it falls on us during an earthquake, we deserve it. So yes, that is my princess painting, and that's why it's the princess bedroom, and that's why it goes with nothing else that goes with nothing else in this house. I have, eclectic is the easiest way to put it. I would say I don't have a style, but I do have a style. It's just weird. So that's what the painting behind me is. And I don't know who did it. It was a local artist at the time, but come on, it was a, the hell was that gallery where all those paintings used to be that you'd see at the mall? It was that kind of thing. So Minuet, thank you. Yes, Minuet. Perfect name. The cat was dipped in cat paint. She loved it when I said that because Minuet just had everything going for her. I think Clinton is got some Abyssinian in him because he's got the sort of nose. Abyssinians have sort of like, the easiest way is to say the Bud Light dog or the Target dog. They have a sort of weird nose. And he's got hazel eyes, which are really weird. And I mean like the mustard hazel, not the green hazel or the amber hazel. So what's wrong with blue eyeshadow? As a highlight, my skin tone never went with blue eyeshadow when I was younger. But we know in the 70s that everybody practically swam in blue eyeshadow. Actually, blue eyeshadow that's metallic might actually be cool because, it's the in thing right now to do the eyeballs that are very metallic. That might work. I know, I should say I don't like blue eyeshadow, but I wear pink. So, forget it. How's that? Is that good decision making right there? Okay. Have you ever seen A Question of Attribution? Great art themed intrigue. Let's see. In my opinion, it depends on the shade of blue. See, I just said that too. Scooter Mom just said that too. It depends on the shade of blue. There are some blues that don't belong on people. It had a great frame. This one? Yes. That's why I said it's a real painting of something done by a local artist. And the sort of like dust is the way the painting is. Just, I almost screwed the frame up by trying to remove that dust. So Adam, no, is it good? I like the frame. Very good, highly recommend. Okay. It has a great frame. I have a Princess Slimline. You know, if I didn't have my Mickey Mouse phone, I'd probably have a Princess phone, since neither one of them are ever going to get plugged into a real line. Somebody's got to come up with that. Somebody's got to be able to turn a landline into a wireless phone, because the Mickey Mouse phone sits on the second floor right before you walk down the stairs. I got it when we first moved here because I wanted a landline, because you'll find out when we have an earthquake that you can't get cell service. So at least with landline, the last big earthquake, we realized that if you take it off and put it down, that eventually you'll get a dial tone. And the minute you hear the dial tone, then you can call out. At the height of 89, it was an hour. It would be an hour before you can get a dial tone. But once you did, that was cool, because nobody had cell phones. And everybody seems to think that, you know, if we have an earthquake, that you'll be able to still use cell phones. Well, phones are actually powered by the telephone lines, so you can actually use your telephone even if your power is out. If the cell sites are all fallen down, because we know they're not put up there very well, you know, they're all just gonna, like, the minute we have an earthquake, I'll be able to say I told you so. Well, I don't care. I just want a landline. Kathy loves a minuet. CBF, picture this. The first eyeshadow my mother bought me was bright light cream blue. Oh my God. You're coloring? Like I said, I was dark brown when I was younger. Blue eyeshadow looked ridiculous on me. What, a light cream blue eyeshadow. Your sweat lines must have been amazing. That's why I have some. I've bought some recently, cream eyeshadow, and I still haven't used it, because especially with a hooded eye, it's like I'm just going up with these creases of eyeshadow. Mama skin tone. 70s, particularly turquoise eyeshadow. Considering my aunts, my dad's sisters, all had blue eyes. Oh yes, the blue eyeshadow was rampant back then. I want to say the cousin I talked to now knew better. I think she put it on once and went no. But I think her sister wore blue eyeshadow. I'm the youngest, so they were all blue eyeshadow age when it got popular. So young head blue t-shirt. Think you can still call Pennsylvania 65000. I think somebody still owns 867534309, which everybody called when that song came out. Or did the telephone company take it back? It might have taken it back. I think they were past the time where you could keep your phone number if you liked it or not. Yes, CBF, my coloring, I think, wore it twice. Yep. Oh, no, that was the thing that sucked about the 80s, was that I kept getting put into brown eyeshadow and tan and any Oh, I hate brown. They tried to dress me in brown. They tried to put brown eyeshadow on me. They tried to put nude lipstick on me. It's like, okay, is this just mean that the people of color are just supposed to be one color all over the palette, all of your face? It's like that and orange blush. I am not a spring mofo. It used to drive me crazy. I played recently with blue eyeshadow. Yeah, I know, I saw it on you. It didn't suck. Which is as close as I get to it looked good. It's just blue eyeshadow. I put a blue streak in my hair when I was a kid and swore it blue during gym. I actually had a bleach streak. I'm surprised my hair didn't fall out because the native is underneath all of here, so it's the black. It took me an hour and a half, 2 hours to get it that blonde. And I did it to my brother, so that he actually has an old company picture of him with his little streak, and neither one of our hair fell out because I did it for like 6 months or a year, and my hair didn't fall out, and it didn't get disgusting. It was bright yellow, but and my hairdresser now said, you're never going to be blonde, thank you very much. Not until I have enough gray that we can work on it. So, because I wanted her to do me blonde. She's like, nope, 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 nope. I'll put blonde extensions in, but we're not doing your hair blonde, sorry. Cricket, I bet you did get those stairs and you loved it. What? I also had a blue streak, big stairs on the subway. Yeah, especially when considering the time we did it. The time we did it, Asian girls did not have blonde hair. And since I've always been called Asian, that's why my blonde streak stuck out. But so did my roots. Ooh, the roots were scary. Black roots and these blonde, yellow streak. And this was before Manic Panic. So I didn't color it any color. And I was in high school and I was living with the bio dad. He was not amused when he saw it. He wasn't amused with the fact that my front of my hair was this short and the back of it was waistline. He actually made me cut it off, and he was supposed to be the hippie. I was like, hypocrite. It's more like it. And of course, Cricket liked the stairs. We all like the stairs. Especially considering it was 70s, 80s, late 70s, early 80s. It's like, ooh, you know. But you were in New York, weren't you? Didn't you just fit in there? Because, of course, all I think of is New York in the 70s is Sid and Nancy, so. This doesn't suck here, except that it's showing a pillow. I actually have both of the top pillows with me. I have one of them against my back and then one of them on top of everything. Hello to all and sundry. Didn't you say hello before, Clark? The Atlantic is quite quiet tonight. The satellites report no storms, only the usual noise, eddies, currents, the long sleep of drowned cities and civilizations. What is at the bottom of Hoover? What is the lake? Is that Havasaw and then it's Hoover Dam? Wow, that just popped up. The Atlantic, okay. I was in Boston. Well, still, wasn't there a big punk scene in Boston? You know, San Francisco, you couldn't tell anything. Nothing still has come out of anywhere. San Francisco. There are a million different scenes in every block. So, Lake Mead. Oh, okay. Tahoe actually shrunk during our drought. I mean, it went low. As far as I know, they didn't find any bodies. Or they did find one, I think. But they found things like cars, a lot of cars, wine barrels, weird things like that you would think of the mob. If you want to see how bad New York was in the 80s, YouTube NYC 80s Alphabet City. I wanted to go to New York because of the movie Times Square. I think it was Times Square. The two girls that go when they're 16. But of course, I wouldn't move to Manhattan when I was 12. Or not Manhattan. I wouldn't move to Coast Guard Island when I was 12. Because the dad got sent over there to be a teacher. I said I'd go live with my grandmother. So he left the military and they stayed here. Probably a good thing. I have a feeling that I would not be, or either I'd be Republican, because I also wanted to work in the Twin Towers when I grew up. I don't know what bee in my bonnet went out and hung out and said I didn't want to move to New York. Maybe it was something about having to take a ferry into school every day. I don't know. Boston had a pretty good club scene then. 82, 83. Okay. You're not that ferociously older than me. So, 82, 83. 83 would have been when I started going to clubs, because back then they had clubs that were 16 and over. Could you think of a 16 and over club now? Well, actually, they were 16 to 21. So they were completely dry. But still, a 16 and over, 16 to 21 club now. It was called Stargaze. They all called it Stargraze. I made a friend of mine who lived in Fremont go there. She didn't like it. I danced my butt off the whole night. Or actually, 2 hours. Because I made her promise to do 2 hours, and then she said, we did 2 hours, let's go. So, it was definitely new wave. You know, we had, you guys, or LA had KROQ, which is the first, like, new wave station, and we had KQ8K. This is what I'm always looking for when I get the hot flashes. It's nice to know that I'm finally menopausal. I've had so many hot flashes in the past week. Ugh. But then again, I probably can get taken off of God knows what I'm on now. So, we have an amazing Coast Guard island. The Coast Guard brass lived on Governor's Island. It is pure genteel macabre. I think this is where we're going to go, is Governor's Island. We have a Coast Guard island here that's be in the estuary between Oakland and Alameda. And they have not full-blown cutters, but they have nice boats. Gorgeous. I said if I ever make a living off of YouTube, I'm getting an apartment that looks onto the boats, or a studio looks onto the boats to do YouTube from. Because they build a complex there. Unfortunately, it is apartments and not condos. So, not that we can sell this one anyway. We bought it at the height. So it's the forever house. Soon I'll start doing, soon I'll start painting all the door jambs in different colors. NYBI, which was Coast Guard. I think it's mostly been decommissioned because Coast Guard was NYBI and Treasure Island was the Navy. Treasure Island was built for a Pan-Pacific show, sort of like a World's Fair in 1932. I think that's right. It's a man-made island. Navy's gone. They're building condos all over it. They've built one high-rise, well, high-rise for us, in a not San Francisco area. I think it has 30 stories. It's like, what happens if it liquefies? And the natives are always like, what if there's an earthquake? It's a legitimate question. What if there's an earthquake and it just liquefies? Woo! There's the building in San Francisco that started sinking because it wasn't bored into bedrock. They thought they stopped it it's sinking again. It's crooked. They would show videos of a marble on one side of the room, and it would go down to the other side of the room. And you could even see it. For one time I looked just perfect, and you could see the list on the building. Supposedly they fixed it, I think 2 years ago now. And I just saw a headline the other day in the local, you can't say newspaper anymore, the local blog that said it's tilting again. And it's like, they're going to have to destroy it. These are $5 million condos. And I think the developer probably went bankrupt. So it's like, those who got homeowners insurance, I'm sure, is fighting their butt off with whatever insurance company. But I'm sure, because they were still selling them as of a year ago, I was giggling and saying, I would love to live there. The condos are totally down to nothing. And so you can't get homeowners insurance for that, I'm sure. So I wonder what's going to happen. And it's right across the street from the Salesforce Tower, which is the tallest building in San Francisco. So they're going to have to tear it down from the top down. So if they don't like grease somebody else's palm to think that they can fix it, they can't fix it. They never bored it into bedrock, is what you're supposed to do, because that part of San Francisco is just, is basically landfill. It's all from the fire. So anything that gets built over there is supposed to be bored into bedrock, which is about 30, 40 feet down. It's not hard to do. They didn't do it. So they made up some excuse about only going down 20 feet or something, but they blew it, and it's sinking, and it's tilting. And they're going to have to tear it down. In my opinion, everything is my opinion. This is all fiction until it's proven fact. So, a very expensive tower is going to have to be destroyed. Right smack dab in the middle of all of those other towers that were built with a promise of low-cost housing being built somewhere else. This is why I always say that mayor had a heart attack and dropped dead at his local Safeway. Let's see. We had an amazing Coast Guard island. Okay. Is it? I could have swore no, it didn't. Okay. I was going to say I could have swore that it was behind there. 16 watching. Not bad. Not bad for just literally babbling for almost an hour. I'll make it to the hour at least. And then I will try to stay on top of the bed so my leg doesn't hurt anymore. Oh, the throbbing involved is interesting. But I see Dr. Kitty on Wednesday, and she'll get me into physical therapy, and we'll be able to get it fixed. And I swear to God, it's because of all the weight I lost, and whatever butt I had was gone. Because I also have not been able to build muscle because I have had my leg messed up. So I have no butt muscles. I'm sure I can rebuild them, but it isn't going to be easy. The brain goes straight into the trash. So, yes. Sort of doing it when I'm not looking at the screen, because I can understand the people, is that Elvis's sister was interviewed yesterday or last night. I'm not sure when it was. Elvis's sister did an interview. All the things he said about his childhood are bull, which really ticks me off, because I did have parent that was an alcoholic. So him lying and saying that about his mother, he should go straight to hell for. It's not his mom's cat, it's his uncle's cat, and he's been milking it forever. He was not ostracized by his family. They have put up with him because he was always a bully. And it was really his sister, because she showed wedding pictures. her wedding pictures. So it's like, no, as a member of the family. So yes, unfortunately, he's always been off. That's not fixable. And he, from what my opinion is, he was the type who wouldn't take his meds. I know the type because my brother was like that. And you can't force an adult to take his medication. Late last night was the interview. Yeah, because everybody was complaining that they haven't slept. And Elliot was saying, sleep? What's sleep? I can see him milking a cat. Ah. And the thing is that, you know, he's not a cat owner because he takes the us chowing on Jazzy offensively. Excuse me, dinner, where are you? I threaten to eat the girls all the time because I also say they're going to suffocate me in my sleep. It's just one of those things. I haven't started nibbling on the boys yet. That's also, yes, nibbling on an ear. Going, I chew on my family. I should have been a cannibal, I'm sure. Oh God, that's what we were talking about too. Me and the hurricane were talking about, she wanted to have a Donner party, Donner party dinner. And what was my first question? So what should we wear? Should we wear when they went on the caravan or when they were done at Squaw Valley or Donner Peak or whatever the hell it's called? And she goes, of course you would ask, what should I wear? Because there's supposedly some kind of turkey thing that mimics people, and it's like, but we've never really eaten people. But there are a lot of people that say that people taste like spam. So, do you know how difficult it is to hear all of this and not make eating cat jokes? I know, my self-control has limits. I think one of the first comments ever made on MLH's live was something about pussycats, and it didn't go through. You have to head out. I'm about to get interrupted. See you later all. Have a good evening. You too, Scooter Mom. Ciao. I have a good one. Have a good one, Scooter. Yes, everybody say goodbye to Scooter. Bye. See you tomorrow. So, yeah. No, because, you know, being goth, sometimes you have to stupidly ask stupid questions or live up to the goth thing occasionally. I once arrived late to a cannibal dinner party. The host said, sorry, everyone's eaten. I'm married to it. I've been married to it for a very long time. That's the official, or no, that's the unofficial. The official date is 23 years. The unofficial is 2008. So, but yeah, so, yeah, you can order it somewhere. And it's just like, but it's made out of turkey. And the first thing I said when she even mentioned it, I was like, turkey makes me sleepy. That's such a goth answer. What should I wear? And turkey, it makes me sleepy. Carrie crying emojis for Father Cat. Waves at Scooter like it's a partying on train platform. Airplane running into throwing the watch. It's never going to leave my head. Everything is always going to remind me of airplane. The nation of turkey makes me sleepy. Silent Green is not made out of turkey. No, it was like real cannibals said that humans taste like spam. And talk about not being able to like live your lifestyle is that all cannibals had to stop being cannibals, I think somewhere in the 70s because, you know, it was illegal. It's like, How do religions get to be religion then if cannibals don't get to be cannibals anymore? And I don't mean running out and murdering people. Legitimate question. I mean within their tribe. It's just one of those social things I wonder about. That was before it was even Harold and Maude. What? Why don't I get it? Soylent Spring is made out of Rachel Carson. I don't get it. It also is a little battery bank. So if you don't use a battery bank, this thing hasn't been plugged in months. So I know what it looks like too. Look, I'm in my bedroom playing with my fan. That's just wrong. Yes, I know. Ooh, but tonight is Christmas in July at Death Guild. I'm not working. Yay! So Papa Cat needs to remember I have a Santa hat with Mickey Mouse ears. So hopefully he remembers where that is. Soylent Green from the movie. I know what Soylent Green is. It's people. Please. I live here. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area and I'm a goth on top of that. Of course, I know what Soylent Green is. Oh God. Adam saying, hey, Carrie Ann. Oh yeah, the shrunken heads aren't really shrunken heads. That's all bull too. Because yeah, somebody would come from like Brazil or something and say, look what I got. Number one, why would you want one? Really, truly? I mean, it's one thing to joke about having a shrunken head, but to really bring one back? Just ew. See, even we have our limits. It's like, it's fun to make fun of them, but why would you want to bring one back? And where have you been hanging out to get a shrunken head? Ew. Soylent Tom is made out of people? Ah! Yes, this is the face. Actually, this is the face. Surprised I don't have more lines on my face. Good point. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. It's funny to make fun of them, and it's funny to make like, Play-Doh ones, but it's like when somebody comes back and thinks they really have a severed head or a shrunken head. I guess you and your beer buddies need to giggle about a human head. Those are the times where I go, and all of us do, we're like, and they think we're weird. Projection. That's what the word today is in the internet, is projection. I keep reading headlines of Orange Balloon talking about, was it I have never been over to the nice island or whatever. So, they make a fine keychain. Shrinky Dinks. That's what it was. You can make shrunken heads out of Shrinky Dinks. We used to do that. Actually, I think my mother did it. My mother had a twisted sense of humor. Why is look at my gimbals failing. Wow! Yes, hold on for a second. I think we're done. The MagSafe thingy came off the back of my phone. So now I've got to get that back on there for real for tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm going to have to try to get this on a clamp, and it never likes the cases. So yeah, my MagSafe is on my gimbal. What is it? What happened to the good old days of 3M? Now I have to go find some 3M. So guys, it's over an hour anyway. Gimbal failure, yes. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully at the org. I have just enough ibuprofen gel to make it there. So cross your fingers. If not, I'll see you from my desk tomorrow. I'm sure I'll be in a better mood. So have a good night. Let's see. Instead of tomorrow, ciao, Bellas.